Hello, this is Kurt with CQSAI, and today what I want to do is I want to give you a little bit of a snapshot into what we've been able to do for one of our clients in helping them to grow using our automated systems as well as AI within CQSAI and Go High Level. So this company is Grit Obstacle Training. It's actually a company that I own that we've decided like, hey, how many of these features can we utilize to streamline their company and help them to grow? And it has been a wild, very successful ride. To give you a little bit of insight on Grid Obstacle Training, very small business, one full-time employee, one owner, and a part-time employee, one location. And it does anywhere from $20,000 to $30,000 per month in revenue. So definitely not big numbers, not anything to go crazy about. But let's just look at what we've done in the first 15 days of this year. It's January 15th right now as I'm recording this. And in 100% new business through the workflows that we're going to talk about, we have created just over $7,000 in new business. So you could look at that as anywhere from 30 to 35% growth right off the bat at the beginning of the year, which is incredible. I know I'm super excited as the owner, and I know that our staff is very excited about what we're doing as we're seeing the place fill up more and more. Now, remember, this is through automation. This isn't me asking anything more of our employees. This is actually me asking less from them. I'm not asking them to call out to leads. I'm not asking them to send out texts, reminders, any of that. This stuff that we had been doing manually is now all going through automated systems. And I'm going to show you some of that as we go. Now, I know AI is a hot button, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out there. What we have implemented here with our team is we've added on a voice AI agent as our receptionist. So Amelia, which is what we've named her, if anyone calls our location, she is the first person that they speak with. She answers the phone. Hey, this is Grid Obstacle Training. How can I help you? And she's able to go through, answer a lot of different questions. What we've programmed her to do is she understands what the company is called, the address, the phone number, our hours, when we have different sessions for adult kids of each of different ages, what we do when it comes to fitness consultations, different parties, and group training, also personal training, one-on-one nutrition packages, and she can answer all sorts of questions about that. If she ever gets backed into a corner, she can always transfer the call. And what that will do, it will ring to myself, it'll ring to our lead trainer, whoever it is we have programmed to pick up those calls at that time. But what it's done for the gym is help them to have 24/7 answering. Any time of the day, 365 days a year, you could call on New Year's Eve at 12:57 p.m. Guess what? She's going to answer, and she's going to be just as chipper and happy as she would be any other time of the day. And it's been a huge thing for our business, just knowing that that person who calls us as a company is not then immediately going to hang up because no one answered and call the next place. I don't have to worry about the 24/7 place across the road who might actually have someone at that desk the whole time. And I also don't have to pay someone to be there or pay a call center. Now, not only do we have that, but we also have an AI system that is answering messages that come in text, our chat widget on our website, Facebook, and Instagram. We're able to answer all times of the day, every day. So if I'm out somewhere, our trainers are out, again, it's that New Year's Eve thing and someone's thinking about their resolutions and decides, I'm going to quickly send a message to this place because they have an interesting offer. Immediate response. It will blow people's mind to think, wow, they are really focused on helping me to achieve my goals. And it's been great for us. As we look in here, what this does and what's great is our AI assistant. There's a lot of things I program in. There's a lot of things that were added in here for specific questions. But what it really does, it crawls through our website, gets all the data from that, and then is able to answer an incredible amount of questions just based on everything that it learned from scanning the website. Imagine if you hired someone and said, hey, I want you to look through our website and then you'll answer calls as they come in. How long would it take for that person to become efficient in relaying information to people and understanding what it is that you do? A while. In this case, it's instantaneous. From call number one, Amelia knows everything about what we do, what our schedule is, what we have upcoming, what events we have, all of our hours, and she never has to look anything up. It's all there all the time. We also have her different goals. What her goal is to help people to get booked into either a party, a trial, or a fitness consultation. She's able to answer questions, help members get where they need to be, help give them the information they need to reschedule, text out links, all those things that she can do. And that is what we have programmed in here. So she's collecting contact info, booking appointments, doing so much for us that we would normally be doing on our own. Now, you think, awesome. Well, that's great. Well, how do you get people to reach out to you? Well, we do a lot of advertising via social media. And through that, we have a couple different campaigns going on. One that's focused on kids and adults coming in for a free trial, and one that's focused on full consultation. We're going to sit down, go over your goals, and put together a custom plan that's going to help you with nutrition, fitness, accountability, so many other things. The great thing about that is if somebody's on our main website, this is where people end up going, specifically when they're trying to just validate the company. When you come here, you're able to see all the things that we're talking about, break things down. And again, all this was designed through the website builder at Go High Level and CQSAI. So we've got videos incorporated. You can book a trial. You can, if you're a current member, you can go to our member site. And somebody comes on here, oh, well, I'm looking to book something for my child. Cool. They click on our calendar. It pops up and you see the different availability. You know, what days, what times you can book in here, put in your information. You're booked. You're coming in for a free trial. Now, that other person who's like, I want to do a fitness consultation, same thing. They've got their own calendar that's going to book to one of our trainers. And so they book a day, they pick a time, 30-minute meeting, all set up. But as soon as they do any of this, it's going to go into a different workflow that's going to help them to stay in good communication until that meeting happens. Because I don't know if you're anything like me, and it's like this in so many other industries. Somebody will get the idea to book something like, hey, I do want to get in better shape, or I want to go see a doctor, I want to see a chiropractor, I need to get back to the dentist, whatever it might be. You book it at 10 o'clock at night on a Friday, but then by the time Tuesday comes around, you've completely forgotten about it. The good thing is everyone that does this, we put them into a different automation. And within those automations, they're able to get different messages that I don't have to manage and our staff doesn't have to manage, but are just ways to keep in touch with the person, answer questions, get information so that we have that consultation that they've been warmed up to the idea of they're coming in, they know what to expect, and they know what's going to happen. To give a breakdown of that, we're going to give you a situation where someone went to one of our Facebook posts and they ended up clicking on that link. Let me say this. The person who comes to Facebook who's looking for a fitness consultation because they want a custom design program for them, they don't need to see that we're offering parties and kids classes. What we've done is we've created a click funnel specifically for what it is that they're looking for. So they're not going to get bombarded with all that other information that will distract them. It's specifically going to talk about the promotion we have going on right now, a little bit about it, and give them a way to claim a spot in our calendar. They fill this out, goes to our calendar, and they're able to book from there. We've got a few success stories here, and people can read all of our Google reviews. Now, with that being said, as soon as they click on that, as soon as they click and go to that site and put in their information, they're going to come and they're going to get a tag. So what's going to happen is they're going to be tagged as a Facebook fitness consultation. Now we know how it is that they got into our CRM system. Then they're going to be pushed into one of our workflows. The first workflow that they're going to go into is unbooked fitness consultation leads. You might be asking, well, what if they booked? Well, I hope they booked. If they booked, they're going to come out of this very, very quickly. What I'm looking for is that person who did go in, they put in their information. Maybe they didn't have their calendar handy. Maybe it was one of 100 different things that kept them from booking at that moment. We don't want them to forget about what it is that they clicked on. So what's going to happen is we're going to wait 30 minutes. The reason for that is, what if they're literally on the calendar at that moment booking, but because we were so quick to get back to them that not only is it awkward, like I'm still here, why are you watching me so closely? But also at the same time, we want them to have a chance to check their calendar, get that booked when they want to, and not immediately bombarded with a calendar link to do it again. So after 30 minutes, we're going to go ahead and we're going to look. Did they book anything? If they did, awesome. They're going to fall off here. They're not going to get another message in this workflow. If they didn't, they're going to get a quick message just saying, hey, you know what? We got your information in a form, but we didn't get an appointment booked. Anything I can answer. Just a nice warm message of, hey, we see you're here. How can we help? If they respond back to this, it immediately comes to my phone, our trainer's phone, and we're able to go ahead and have a custom interaction with them. But we also just shoot them a message saying, hey, here's our calendar. Here's that within our website. Go ahead and book. And almost everybody does. Then we're going to go into a little bit of a hold. We're going to wait a certain amount of time. In this case, it's 11 hours. We're going to do that same thing. Did they book? Cool, gone. Did they not? We're going to shoot them a text, as well as it's going to give them a little success story of someone that's been successful with this program, either the weight that they lost, the muscle that they gained, how they feel, a testimonial, whatever it might be. Shoot them our calendars again, another wait. Then check, go. Now we're going to go through this process a few different times, giving them a combination of success stories, little custom messages. Each one of these messages also has their name. This isn't just, hey, general customer. No, this is Kurt, FYI, I still have your name on our team list. We're starting soon. Can you make it in the next few days to get started? All these messages are customized to them using their information so that when it is that when they're seeing this, it's just like they'd be interacting with me or with you. We're going to go through this. If they make it all the way to the bottom where it's been 4 days, they still haven't booked. And we've sent them 9 different messages. Look, sometimes timing's just not right, and that's fine. We're going to wait a couple days, and then we're going to shoot them other messages. At any point, they could reply stop and they'll come off. They could reply not interested and they'll come off of our workflow list. But if they're not responding and we just happen to be catching them in the middle of the workday, these messages are going to come through at different times that we've programmed in to make sure that one's in the morning, one's in the early afternoon, one's in the later afternoon, early evening, just to try and catch them at that time when it's right. You know, it works out very, very well. But we've had multiple people that on the 9th, 15th, 17th message have then booked an appointment and got started with us. Whereas the average person, maybe they reach out 2 or 3 times and then think, they're not interested. When you don't realize you've just been catching them when they're in the middle of taking their kid to soccer practice and they're focused on something else. And you need to be able to help that person at their time of convenience, not yours. With that being said, if somebody at any point books into our calendar, which hopefully everybody does, they immediately get an email and a text. That email is going to be customized to them with a success story. Say, dear Kurt, blah, 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 all sorts of stuff about what it is that we offer, what it is they're going to get out of us when they come in and start working out with us, our contact information, email. It can even go in there and tell them when their appointment time is within that as well. And then a text, same thing, just, hey, can't wait to meet you on Tuesday at 3 p.m. Here's a link to reschedule. Here's a link to cancel. And what we're going to do is we're going to go through a process here. That's what they get immediately. 2 days before their appointment, they're going to get another text just saying, hey, can't wait to meet you, again with a bunch of success stories in it. A day before, another email and another text that's going to have more information. For one, helping them to build belief in what we do. And for 2, reminding them that this is coming up. Because how many times do you have something you sign up for that then you don't remember? Well, we want to make sure on a daily basis, we're just giving them a little bit more information, help build that belief, and also make sure you cannot ever say you forgot. Because we're going to make sure you know. An hour before, we'll shoot them another message, email and text. And then 20 minutes before, we're going to just shoot them a, hey, can you text us here as you're walking in? That way we know to look for the person who's awkwardly looking around, not exactly sure where to go. That being said, why do we do all that? We just want to stay top of mind for that person and help them to get through any distractions that would keep them from coming in. And you could do this in any level of appointment, from chiropractor, dentist, doctor, auto sales, whatever it might be. And it just helps that person to get in. And it's something that realistically, it's going to be very hard for someone to manually do. We're in the middle of over 1,500 different conversations at one point using these automations. And knowing that, it's just not something that that we're going to be able to assign to our sales staff. It just doesn't happen. And even if we did, they wouldn't be able to keep up with it because they have other things that they need to be doing. This replaces that whole team that you may have that's trying to keep everybody going and doing these follow-ups. Now, you say, okay, cool. Someone came in, they got started. Now what happens? Well, that person comes in. We want to help that person to refer more people. What we do then is, as soon as that opportunity that we have is changed from an open opportunity to a closed and won opportunity, well, if that person came in and they got started with you, they're probably pretty happy with what's going on and what it is you have to offer. So knowing that, what we're going to do is, as soon as that opportunity is turned from open to won, they're going to get 2 hours later a message that is going to request a Google review. Now, what we've been able to do with that is we've been able to up our reviews. For instance, we've gotten 30 new reviews so far this month. That is up 87% over the past 6 months before we had put this process in place. And it's been a game changer for us. What we're now at for this gym, over 120 reviews, which we were just a couple months ago, we were up at about 50. So this has been a great way for Google to recognize as, hey, this is something we're going to move to the top of the search engine list, and but also helps people to build belief when it is that they research us after they see an ad or the friend tells them about the place or a kid at school mentions it to their son or daughter. And it's just helping us to be a more legitimate business and help people to understand what it is that we have to offer. So with that being said, those are some of the things that we've implemented. Again, building our websites through here, using AI to help with those phone calls, texts, social media messages, follow up, using AI for the email, using AI for so many different things, and just been able to take us as trainers and staff out of that day-to-day follow-up on those leads. And it's greatly increased not only the amount of time that we have to help out our current clients, but also it's increased revenue an incredible amount. So if this is something you could see helping you, if you could use a 30 to 50% bump in your new business sales without putting more on your staff, or if you're looking to add a receptionist right now and are looking at other ways that might not cost you $50,000 to $100,000 per year, we would love to work with you. So leave a comment, leave a message, contact us at cqs.ai, and get on our calendar. Let's see what we can do for you. Any of these things can be put in place for you, whether it's all or any one piece. You may be thinking, well, I don't want to redo my website. Cool. We can put a chat system within your website. We can put an inbound call agent that doesn't have to align with everything else, that can be a standalone piece for you to have. So hopefully this helps. Hopefully we're able to talk soon. Have a great day. And again, Kurt from CQSAI.